Imagine realizing your brain permanently deleted its conscious vision, but your body can still see everything. A man known to medical science as Patient TN lived this exact reality. In 2003, he suffered 2 massive strokes just 36 days apart. The strokes systematically destroyed the primary visual cortex in the back of his brain. That specific region turns raw light into conscious images. The physical damage was absolute. Medical brain scans confirmed his visual cortex was entirely gone. The strokes left Patient TN completely and permanently blind. He could not perceive light, color, or the physical shape of his own hand. If doctors shined a flashlight directly into his pupils, he saw nothing but a dark void. Doctors handed him a white cane and taught him how to live in total darkness. For 5 years, he navigated the world as a blind man. But in 2008, medical doctors in Geneva noticed an unsettling anomaly. Patient TN reacted physically to things he could not possibly see. If a doctor made an angry face, his facial muscles subtly tensed up. If they smiled, his face relaxed. He had no idea he was doing this. Dr. Beatrice de Gelder traveled from the Netherlands to test the limits of this anomaly. She invited Patient TN to her laboratory at Tilburg University. Her team constructed a highly specific testing environment. Her team set up a long, narrow corridor. They filled this passageway with random physical obstacles. Researchers placed trash cans, camera tripods, and stacks of paper boxes along the path. They positioned these hazards randomly so nobody could memorize the layout. Dr. de Gelder asked Patient TN to walk down the hallway. She gave him one strict rule. He had to leave his white cane behind. Patient TN hesitated at the entrance. He reminded the scientists that he lacked any functional vision. He argued that he would trip and fall immediately. The researchers gently coaxed him forward. De Gelder switched on a camera to capture what happened next. Patient TN stepped into the chaotic corridor. His feet never stumbled. He did not hold his hands out to feel the walls. He walked forward at a normal, confident pace. As he approached a trash can, he smoothly shifted his weight to the right. When he neared a camera tripod, he instinctively tucked his shoulder to avoid the metal legs. The blind man slalomed through the maze of obstacles. He never touched a single object. Dr. de Gelder filmed the entire walk in absolute silence. Patient TN reached the end of the hallway completely unharmed. The research team asked him how he managed to avoid the scattered hazards. The question confused him. He told them he had no idea what they were talking about. The man firmly believed the hallway was completely empty. He navigated the maze perfectly while experiencing absolute conscious darkness. Neurologists call this strange biological phenomenon blindsight. To understand how it works, you have to realize human vision requires multiple separate systems. Your eyes operate as organic camera lenses. They send optical data down a thick cable called the optic nerve. In most humans, this data flows straight to the visual cortex to create a picture. Patient TN lost that specific viewing screen entirely. But the optic nerve utilizes a secondary ancient pathway. 10% of your optic fibers branch off before ever reaching the cortex. These specific fibers dive deep into the brainstem. They plug directly into a primitive structure called the superior colliculus. This part of the brain evolved hundreds of millions of years ago. Biologists find it deep inside fish, reptiles, and early mammals. That primitive region does not create conscious visual images. The structure only calculates the location and movement of physical objects in space. It triggers a physical reaction before you perceive any threat. The system operates faster than conscious thought, forcing you to duck an incoming rock instantly. Patient TN relied entirely on this reptilian backup system. The organic lenses still gathered light and mapped the geometry of the room. His brainstem still calculated the exact coordinates of every trash can. That data prompted his motor cortex to fire precise signals down to his legs. A hidden biological autopilot was actively steering him through the physical world. Meanwhile, his conscious mind sat locked out of the control room. Blindsight proves a deeply unsettling fact about human existence. Your consciousness does not actually drive your body. The conscious mind just sits in the passenger seat watching the trip unfold. Your brain processes an entire universe of physical data that it never shows you. The meat machine knows exactly what it is doing. Hit subscribe to uncover more of the hidden architecture inside your skull.